Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever what time of day maybe for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Layback Gamer, and we are back with another Odyssey preview. Number 1, maps, features, landmarks, and biomes. I almost said map, landmarks, features. That wouldn't have made any sense. Anyways, I haven't read any of this yet. So yeah, we're going to go through it because it looks like this post is all about all the planetary improvements that are going to be made. So let's just jump right into this. They spent a lot of time on new map generating systems. Quite nice because would love some of the new. I'd love some new tile sets for the world. There we go. That should do a little bit better. Anyways, so we have. Looks like we're seeing some river varieties here. But anyways, Odyssey revamps map generation with over 85 dynamic map features. These include lava caves, obsidian deposits, drug stockpiles, and hippo habitats. Multiple features can be combined together on one map. Some are random, while others depend on their world map location. For example, river varieties come in different shapes and sizes and are affected by location on the world. Find confluence points at where rivers meet, deltas where the rivers reach the ocean, and islands where the currents split and rejoins. At the river's source is a headwater, a set of big water pools that flow down the stream. That's pretty neat. You can see some of the generation here as it splits off, fractures. I think earlier it would have been just like literally a fork in the middle of the map. Now it looks like it actually splits and cuts through it quite nicely. Although I'll be honest, I don't know if this is really the best example because it kind of looks like someone just painted over some of these tiles here. It looks, it just in some of these locations looks a little awkward. Just a little bit awkward. But I suppose that's rivers for you. And some more features, which is nice because all we had for features earlier was was caves and coastlines. Didn't really mention anything else, and obviously had to get a couple other mods in order to add that in. But nice that we're getting some more features, which is very good. Mixed biomes. With Odyssey, biomes can blend together on a single map. For example, a map may have a temperate forest in the north and a desert in the south. This creates a mix of plants, animals, terrains, and threats from both biomes. Thank you for making this native to the game. I love the mod that did that. Biome transitions, that's what it was called. And now we're seeing that actually brought to the base game. It's going to add so much more variety to the game. Because, well, imagine a tile like this. We could have a herd of buffalo just on the edge of a desert and mix in with dromedaries or camels. That is something I really like. And it introduces a lot more interesting base building and into the game. So I'm very excited for that. Very excited, and it's a bit more realistic in a sense because there are quite a few places on the planet where, let's take the desert in. They're surrounded by desert, but may also have like a nice lush plain, like really rich growing lands, not too far inward or just close to the rivers. So very nice. Features and biomes can combine in countless ways. You may settle on a tropical swamp/forest peninsula with wild cocoa trees, extra fish, and warm sunny weather. Nice. Landmarks are the most dramatic and gameplay changing map features, and combined with multiple map features, they're marked with a custom art on the world map. Ooh, interesting. I'm guessing these are the locations of the different features here. A chemfuel refinery landmark, for example, may include an industrial building guarded by security systems alongside a toxic lake, ancient heat vents, and an insect mega hive buried below. Now that is very nice. I wonder how we would get introduced. Are they just naturally there on the world? Can we spawn right in, or do they spawn those locations after we generate? Because I think it would be cool to start games in some of these places. Like that chemfuel refinery landmark, for instance, You start off with a chem fuel refinery there, but it's maybe because it's going to be a harder place to defend, or maybe even a mega hive. You're going to have a hard time trying to get out and explore around the place, but you also have a much better early defense system for a while, until you either need to leave the map or until something else. Anyways, there are over 45 landmarks to explore. Here are just a few of them: bays, lakes, atolls, archipelagos, peninsulas, and islands. Settle near the water on coastal islands and build your base on heady bridges directly over the water. Fish for food, not food for fish. Build quaint fishing villages, adapt to springtime floods, enjoy the natural protection water provides from enemies. I'm loving this update so far. This is going to make all of the ideology-based mods and ideology itself just come to life even that much more. That's what I love about Rimworld mods. Rimworld DLCs. Anomaly wasn't so much, but for the most part, they've been really trying to add in, build upon the world and have everything commingle and work well together. And I think Odyssey is going to do that amazingly. Oh my goodness. Like I've been saying, I think this DLC has the potential to be better than Biotech. Biotech was amazing for just what you can create. Now imagine just being over in this little quaint fishing village here, fishing up your food. You're a bunch of sea worshipping. You have a sea-based religion or ideology with some royalty mixed in there, as the better the fisherman, the better, more noble you would be considered. All while having children running amok, having some mechanoids to take care of some of the other minor things, and maybe a secret laboratory to study strange beings that have been trying to steal your fish. And you, Mr. Shambler. Abandoned colony. Oh, nice. Abandoned colonies. Why start from scratch? Take over old bases and make them your own. You might find working heaters, defenses, charged batteries, ripe crops, stocked barracks, medical supplies, and more. But what happened, and why did they leave? That's pretty cool. Now, something I imagine that could possibly come of this from a mod is a mod that, like real ruins, for instance. It would take that and take real ruins from other people, maybe on a much smaller scale, and generate them as potential ruins. That would be pretty cool. I imagine that would probably have to be a completely separate mod, or its own separate module inside real ruins. It would be very nice to see that. Anyways, valleys, crevasses, caverns, chasms, and hollows. These rock formations create defensible and visually striking maps. Undergrounders will love the winding tunnels, natural choke points, and surrounding rock. They offer the perfect foundation for your subterranean fortress. I like this mountain. This is quite nice. Very nice. So you have this is all sealed up inside the mountain, plus heavily trapped, so you're more likely wanting to go around and through this place. The only downside is that this back here isn't. Is that snow? Is that packed snow? I think that's packed snow on there. Yeah, this is either packed snow or a brand new resource type. What could it be? Could be quartz. There's already limestone, marble. I don't want to look this up right now, but I'm forgetting my rock types. Chalk could be another one, but I don't see them adding chalk. And really, the only thing I can see is quartz. That's white. Diorite. Technically, diorite is one. Apologies, I'm quickly trying to pull open my tablet to try and find different rock types that are white in color. While I do that. Oasis, lush, isolated sanctuaries hidden in the desert, live off of the rich soil, swim in the warm water, and carefully harvest the few precious palms. Yeah, I imagine there wouldn't be too many palms. But on the good news, when it comes to naturally growing trees, they'll probably want to generate in and around that area. my password incorrectly. Incorrectly. Would be very nice. Okay. Up, let's go to the next one. Ancient garrisons, launch sites, chem fuel refineries, and warehouses. These ancient structures can be looted, used as temporary bases, or repurposed as deadly traps for raiders. But be careful, their security systems may still function, and are probably hostile. And those are some nice lava lakes there, too. That is awesome. I'm loving this. Looks like, got a couple of old artillery bays there. This is probably an old garrison from the looks of it. Oh, wait, that's an interesting site. Is that a long-range mineral scanner? I think it is. Alright, let's see what we got. Limestone marble we already had. Quartzite. I mentioned quartz. Alabaster. There we go. Okay, that... I forgot the name of alabaster, but I knew there was one of that. So I would think that would actually be possibly alabaster. It might be a little too white for that. This probably packs snow, but it would be cool to see some more rock types in the game. Like I mentioned, alabaster being one of them. Be pretty nice to see. Landmarks are great for starting colonies, exploring new areas, finding quests, or making pit stops with caravans, shuttles, and grav ships. But even ordinary map tiles can can offer surprises and new content. We hope that the richness and variety will make each playthrough even more unique. New biomes. Odyssey adds 5 new biomes in, which were pretty cool. And as I said, I believe these were heavily inspired, well, somewhat inspired by Factorios. Like I said, the Glow Forest, Gleba, Lava Fields, Volcanus, Scarlands, Ulgora, Grasslands, Novalis, that's kind of a cheap one there, and Glacial Plains. Oh yeah, these are Glacial Plains, so this is packed ice there, or frozen rock. Aquilo. I know someone out there could confirm or deny that. They could confirm that, but I'm convinced that Factorio Space Age did have an influence on what these new biomes would be. And they all look fantastic, by the way. It's something I've been really wanting in the game was more biomes, more interesting, unique biomes. Be able to play off of, especially since this is a Rimworld. I don't think we should just be pulling from what we find on planet Earth. It would be cool to see some other concepts be brought to the game. The Glow Forest, beneath sulfur-choked skies, the warm glow the world glows bioluminescent and fungal light. There is no day, only the shimmer of bloom shroom and clouds of hallucinogenic spores. Normal crops won't grow, but who needs the sun? Convert biomass into chem fuel and power your own hydroponic gardens. Fish in the marshy ponds, hunt creatures that live among the mushrooms, and give your colonists silo caps to enjoy if they start complaining about the dark. Yeah, that screams to me Fulgora. That screams Fulgora to me. No, Gleba, sorry, Gleba. That screams Gleba to me. You're burning stuff in order to make other stuff, using as much organic matter around here as you can to survive, to get going. You can't convince me otherwise. These biomes are 100% inspired by Factorio. You cannot convince me otherwise. And we have lava fields. Settling near active volcanoes is madness and opportunity. The mineral-rich soil is perfect for crops, and obsidian and rare ores exposed on the surface lie exposed on the surface. But the land is dangerously unstable. Volcanic debris crashes down from above. Ash scorches your colonists' lungs. Lava can erupt without warning, consuming entire outposts along with their people, animals, and possessions. Survival requires planning and quick thinking. Build fireproof walls, direct lava with barriers, and keep firefoam tools close for emergency. As we can see here, the barricades that often are not really used, let's be honest. They're only, I barely see anybody really using these en masse, like in the way that raiders would use them. So this is a good use for them, having them being able to redirect lava flows. I wonder if there's an event on the map that will change the way that lava flows. It'd be cool if that would be the same case with rivers, like the ability for the river to swell up and swallow nearby tiles. I think would be a really cool addition. Scarlands. It was a once thriving city. Now it is a shattered wasteland. Leveled by weapons of mass destruction. You can build here, but survival is brutal. The water is poison, the rain is toxic, and Scaria runs rampant among the wild animals. Come well prepared with supplies and firepower. There's no food or help out there. Treasures may lie buried in the rubble, but the old defenses still work and dormant. Mechanoids sleep in the ruins, waiting for their next chance to kill. Again, this is just Fulgora. This is a Fulgora map. Just like this is a Vulcanist map, this is a Fulgora map. And onto the grasslands, we have... I'm going to switch this. Pardon me, I'm just picking out a different... Here we go. I always like playing this one. Grasslands, endless golden fields, fertile land, and strong winds. This is a cowboy's paradise. The long growing seasons are perfect for farming, and the steady breeze keeps your turbine spinning all day and night. Trees are scarce, and droughts can happen at any time. Don't count on the rain to get you out of trouble. Out here, fire moves fast, and many homesteads have gone up in flames. Space out your ranch, pave paths, and as fire breaks between pastures, and build with stone to keep your cattle safe. Very nice. Very nice. Again, this just screams Novalis to me. And then we have Glacier Plains. Food is scarce, fuel is precious, and I'm seeing something interesting happening below the animation here. And the cold never lets up. Inspired by Ice Age survival. Really? Really? Ice Age survival it's inspired by? Sure. I believe you, Evoludian Studios. I believe you. This biome is characterized by cold temperatures, crevasses, and prehistoric animals like mastodons, scimitar cats, and great wolves. Ooh, okay, they're called great wolves, I guess not dire wolves. Carve shelters into the glaciers, fish from ice holes, and hunt the megafauna for meat and fur. But the real prize lies buried within the ice, the frozen ruins of a lost world. You'll find collapsed homes, crates, forgotten supplies, and crypto-sleep caskets that still pulse with life. Yeah, this is awesome. This is really cool. Very interesting. And yeah, this pretty much confirms this packed ice here. I wonder if this isn't a rock type, because it would be cool to build with this. If there's a modder out there, can we make a rock type drop from this of just solid ice, and then you carve the ice into ice blocks, and we can build our own igloos more authentically. Dynamic terrain and weather. Odyssey adds several systems to make the maps feel more alive, organic and alive. For example, the terrain changes. Water freezes and melts as the terrain shifts. In winter, thin ice forms over bodies of water. With a cozy fishing hut on top, cut a hole in the ice, and add campfires so colonists can fish in the warmth all winter long. Yes, this is a feature I've really been wanting to see. I had a couple of mods that tried to do this. I didn't really play with them too much because it's stability's sake, but this is cool that it's being added to base game. A feature that I'm sure many people will probably have never realized they really wanted. Lakes and rivers. Yes, I was just talking about this earlier. Oh, thank you. Lakes, rivers, and ponds can flood in spring or during torrential rains. Shallow flood water will spread across the land, destroying crops and irritating your colonists with wet feet. Build barriers like walls, sandbags, or barricades to stop water from getting everywhere. Yes, I had just talked about this earlier. It'd be cool if they did this, and yes, they are indeed doing this. There are also new weather types. Odyssey. Sandstorms seep through the deserts, getting sand everywhere. annoying your colonists and leaving a big mess to clean up. Nobody likes sand. Rough, coarse, and it truly does get everywhere. They missed that opportunity there for that quote. Torrential rain causes rivers and lakes to overflow, flooding the land. The downpour also makes it hard to see or aim accurately, so like a monsoon, essentially. Toxic rains occurs in the Scarlands and is dangerous for colonists caught outside. It causes toxins to build up in their bloodstream, gradually poisoning them. Strong winds hinder movement across open ground, but keep your wind turbines turning. And I guess some of these are, well, a lot of these are probably mission area specific. Okay, yeah, that is a long-range mineral scanner. That's what we had seen up, where is it? Wasn't this map? No. Oh, right here. That's what that was. I wasn't sure if it was like a scanner or a beacon of some sort. And blizzards bring heavy snow and fierce winds, obscuring vision and turning walks into flow of cold trudges. Blind fog rolls in thick, drastically reducing visibility and the maximum range of weapons and ability. Overcast skies are gloomy and block out the sun, decreasing solar power generation. More blog posts on the way. Yep, I am very excited to see that. I haven't wishlisted this yet, mainly because I'm just going to immediately go for it. I pull up the discussion to see what people are talking about, but I'll let you guys go ahead and go in there. So overall, very excited. I love what we got going on with the world. It's going to feel more alive, more organic. It's something that the game has desperately needed. I just realized I got glue in my ouch. Oh, that hurts. Yeah. I had some glue stuck on my hands. Anyways, sorry, where was I? Oh yes, the new features that have been added just from the... Like, this alone could be its own massive update. And crazy to me. So, I think I kind of have to recommend Odyssey. I was going to make a video once this DLC came out on DLC, then which I would recommend buying first. And originally, it was going to start off with saying, the video was going to start out with saying Biotech. There's your answer. But now, I think Biotech might actually have competition with Odyssey. Just for the planetary changes alone. Well, then again, I've been playing Rimworld for so long that these changes are a very nice breath. Changes and additions, may I add, are such a nice breath of fresh air, and I'm very excited to see finally be added in. It's going to be awesome to see it here. Oh, excuse me. And graph ships are going to be talked about itself soon. I suspect grav ships are probably going to be in the next one, in the next preview post. What was in this? Oh, grav ships was a major one. Biomes, landmarks, beyond the atmosphere. Okay, they'll probably. I think they'll probably do grav ships and then maybe talk about survival beyond the atmosphere in one update. In one preview. I think animals and we already got the quests. I think animals and these new types of enemies, including Insectoid Hive and Mech Hive, will probably be saved as another one. And I don't know what we shared as the final one. Normally they do 4, unless they're going to have grav ships as its own, then split the Explorer into the upper atmosphere, or Q orbit, as we can see there. I think that probably, if they do that, then we might have, if they don't do that, and keep it all to get those two together, we might have a really interesting 4th post on something that they have yet to reveal. So, either way, I'm excited for what's coming in Odyssey. I hope you guys all are out there too. Thank you everybody for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you really enjoyed. Don't forget to share this video or any of my other videos to anybody who you think will enjoy my content. Next time when we return with Odyssey, we're going to be talking about preview number 2. I'm going to call it right now. It's going to be the grav ships. I'm calling it right now. We're going grav ships and or upper atmosphere. I think they would want to talk about grab ships before they talk about the atmosphere, but they also might combine them together. So, calling it now, that's what it's going to be the next post. Review. Till next time, take it easy.